Alright, the sun is starting to peek through, so I apologize if my lighting is going, well, what light? I don't have lighting. The lighting is my window. But if it's changing vastly, the sun is, you know, peeking through. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. It's Sunday. Let's talk new makeup. I'm going to scooch over a little bit, leave some room up here to put pictures of the things I'm talking about today, and I'll be right back. So I feel like 2021 has been the year so far of indie releases, new indie brands popping up, but I feel like a lot of what I'm talking about today is indie makeup. The first thing I want to mention is from Moira Cosmetics. So I tried Moira for the first time this year with the Garden of My Mind palette, along with a set of their sponges and a couple of their ombre blushes. And I've loved all the products I've tried. So they have a set of 4 new palettes coming out. This is part of the Sweet series collection. So there is, let's see, I'm not sure which one is which, but there's the All That Is You, Always on My Mind, Sweet Delights, and Make It Sweet. So there's one like true rainbow palette, one really pretty pastel palette, a warmer neutral palette, and then kind of a purple neutral palette. The pastel one to me looks really pretty. I probably won't pick any of these up at this point. They are $18 a piece or $72 for the bundle of 4. So Moira is a really affordable brand. And again, the things I've tried so far I've really liked. I'm going to pass on these, but I think they're really pretty. All right, Nars has a new cheek palette. So it is the Orgasm on the Beach cheek palette. It is $59 US. So it includes 6 different shades of kind of blushes and highlighters. There's also a jumbo orgasm blush for $40. I never got into the Nars blushes. I know the orgasm shade was huge. Everyone loved it. I got a mini with one of my purchases. It just wasn't for me. I have so many better blushes and more interesting blushes that just are more flattering in my mind. So this is a pass for me. Right, Midas is releasing a new palette. So this is in collaboration with The Basic Bee. It is called the Perception palette. It is $39 US. It's available now. So I've heard really mixed things about Midas. I know they private label, which is fine, but it just kind of creates not a lot of consistency with their formula. Like I know a lot of people really enjoyed the Drench palette, but then like the Smoky Glow palette, I didn't hear great things about the formula. So I'm not going to pick this up, but I did go ahead and kind of do a dupe the vibes. So, and it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I know it's not exact. I didn't have a lime green, so I put in a different green. I didn't have really a bright neon shade here, but I think in general, like I got the vibes pretty good. So I'm going to keep this together and kind of see what I can do with it. So it looks like a really fun palette. Not for me, but it looks fun. Makeup Revolution is releasing a skin tint, so I feel like summer is right around the corner. A lot of brands are going to start releasing more like lighter base makeup. These are $16 US. From what I can see, it looks like a decent shade range. I'm going to have to see kind of how reviews come in before I think about trying this. I'm using the Fenty skin tint right now, which I'm really enjoying. I feel like it just smooths out my skin beautifully, but looks really natural. So I'm not necessarily in the market for something new, but this is definitely much more affordable than the Fenty. Yeah, I'm curious to see reviews on these. All right, P. Louise has a new palette coming out. Another brand that I haven't tried. P. Louise is known for their eyeshadow bases, lots of different colored bases, which I've heard great things about. And I've actually heard decent things about their palettes as well. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty. It's the All I See Is Signs palette. It's very warm, yellows, oranges, a row of neutrals in there. Not something that I need. I don't see a price either. I don't think P. Louise is super cheap or super expensive, but yeah, it's fine. All right, so Fatal Beauty, I talked about them last week and I did end up ordering the Frankenslay palette, which just had like a really pretty teal and a lime green and some grays and a purple and a white glitter. And now I'm like, oh, I wish I would have waited because they have a couple other really pretty palettes coming out. So like with that P. Louise palette, I don't need a palette that big with yellows and oranges. But this one, just a very curated little 6-pan palette, this I could go for. So this is the Demon Diva. It's part of the same collection that the Frankenslay one is in. So I think the full collection is available now. It says May 21st, so it's available now. But this is really pretty. That yellow and white, I can't tell if those are shimmers or glitters, but I'm hoping that their mattes are really good. The palette I got is all mattes except for the one glitter, but really fun shades. Shades that can be kind of hard to work with if they're not good. So I am very excited to get my palette. It should be here like Monday or Tuesday. And then they also released a picture of the Drop Dead Gorgeous palette. Now this one is kind of similar to the one that I ordered with that zombie shade, kind of a similar teal, and also kind of a lime green and a glitter. But that necromancy glitter shade is really pretty. And then they released another one as part of the collection. This is Vamp Vixen. So this one is definitely one I don't need. It's pretty, like kind of cool neutrals with some purples, but that bottom Bloodlust shimmer, that's really pretty. That's a really pretty shade. So again, I'm really excited to try the brand. I have a palette coming Monday or Tuesday. I'm excited to film with it, see how it works, but these are really cute. I've been really into smaller, more curated palettes lately and not like the big jumbo ones. So yeah, we'll see. All right, and we have our Colourpop release of the week. This is the So Very Lovely collection. It's not awful, but it's just very basic. Like I feel like it's Sweet Talk, but with some purples. I mean, that really light purple is really pretty, but not something I need. I do think it's pretty if you have a smaller collection. I just don't. Like, I feel like I have anything I would want from this in other shadows, in other Colourpop shadows already. I do think it's pretty though. I think some of the lippies look really pretty. There's kind of a richer berry, actually kind of looks like what I'm wearing today. Kind of an orangey shade and then some nudes. Yeah, none of this is for me, but I do think this is pretty. Maybe more springy than summer though. And I feel like it's the end of May, we're getting into summer. I'm not looking for any like soft pastels at this point, but whatever. All right, Carly Bible has a collab with Il Maquillage. It's a brand that I haven't tried, but so the little palette, it's a face palette for $54 and it's available in light, medium, and dark, which is really nice. But I don't like non-symmetrical packaging with a lot of wasted space. It just bothers me. Maybe that's irrational, but it does. A couple super light nude lipsticks. I don't even think those would look good on my complexion being super light. I think it would look like concealer lips. The lipsticks are $22 a piece. Lip liners for $17. Brush for $41 and $42. Yeah, it's a pass. All right, Grunge Glow Cosmetics has a 12-pan palette coming out. It'll be available June 2nd. Pastel Grunge. So I actually like this color story. It's 8 mattes and 4 glitters. I don't love glitters in palettes. Maybe having 1 is fine, but not 4. The mattes look really pretty. Like the green, the soft yellow. I love that there's a black and a white. Not for me, but it's kind of cute. All right, Peachy Queen. I feel like I'm talking about them every week, but they have the Align Chakra palette. So basically a rainbow palette with too many blues. Pass. Also from Peachy Queen is the Tarot Card eyeshadow palette. So this one I actually like the color story. I think this is really pretty. There's some bright colors, some more toned down, kind of grungy tones. The shimmers look fine, but this I feel like is a nicely curated color story. Still not for me, but definitely better than the unnecessary rainbow. All right, Lashes by Lena is releasing a bunch of single shadows. So these are all really pretty marbled shadows. If you look at her Instagram page, she has swatched a bunch of these and they just look beautiful. So this is the Marble series and there are 10 different marble shades. I will try to kind of pop them all up here. These are $19 a piece. I did pass on her Nigeria collection. It just wasn't in my budget right now, but her shadows and swatches look really beautiful, really great pigment, beautiful shimmers. So I'm excited to keep kind of looking out for this brand and seeing what else she comes out with. All right, Morphe has another one of their artistry palettes. So these are their 18-pan palettes, and this is the 18H Sweet on Hue palette. So very like pastel pinky purple. Another very spring release at the end of spring. But I've said it before, I don't love Morphe's eyeshadow formula. Not really for me. These aren't really my colors either, so pass. So I think I mentioned a couple weeks ago when Glamlite was teasing their newest release, which was a red velvet theme, and they had released like one of their shades. So they've released the whole palette. It is available now, and it's not very red. Like there's not even, like when I think of red velvet, like it's a really rich, deep red. And there's one bright red in there, but there's no like rich, deep reds. The only depth is from a purple. I don't know. I wouldn't have bought it no matter, even if it was really red. I don't do a lot of reds, but I mean, this is like a pink palette. It's not for me. I do like the size. I love a good 12-pan palette. It's not too huge. We see all these like 30-pan palettes coming out. 12 is a great number of shades, but I don't know. I think this kind of lacks depth. And it doesn't really fit the theme for me. All right, Huda is launching a sister brand, I guess, called Glow Wish. So what they say is multitasking makeup with skin benefits, vegan, sustainable packaging. So it looks like the first release is a skin tint, which is a multi-dew skin tint, 13 stretchable shades, and then a soft radiance bronzing powder. So not for me. I don't always understand like the sister brand unless it's going in like a totally different direction than the current brand. Like, could she not just release skin tints under her current brand? I don't know. Not for me to know. Right, speaking of sister brands, from Colourpop's sister brand, Soul Body, they are releasing face and body makeup. So this has been kind of a theme this year. I think I talked about one from maybe Makeup Revolution and then Fenty's Body Sauce. It's a face and body foundation. That just sounds so impractical. Like, wouldn't it get everywhere? And then if it dried down a lot so that it didn't transfer, isn't that gonna look really dry? I don't know. I don't fully understand it. Maybe for like a photo, but for real life? I don't know. All right, and then the last thing I want to talk about is a sneak peek from what is currently one of my very favorite brands. I'm actually wearing 3 of their singles on my eyes right now, but Black Moxy is kind of sneak peeking a new palette. So I have the Pastel Obsession palette and 9 of their singles, and I am dipping into the singles every day. Every single day. They are absolutely beautiful. So just looking at this picture, it looks like there's maybe 5 mattes and then 7 shimmers. I usually prefer a more matte heavy palette. However, if these are the same formula that they have with their singles, I'm really excited. And then the owner posted a picture of an eye look that she's done with, I think, this, and it was very green, which is my thing. So I'm very excited. I will kind of keep you guys posted as sneak peeks come out of this because it's definitely on my radar. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you picked anything up. I haven't so far, and I don't think I will. Like, the only thing that's really intriguing me is the sneak peek of the Black Moxy product. I think everything else will be a pass for me, but let me know what you grabbed, and I'll see you soon.